So after you all left the Ember Temple, you got caught in a sudden and unnatural avalanche that seems to have been caused by um, Strahd being unhappy about what you guys discovered in the Ember Temple. You almost all got swept up by the avalanche, but Tehanu and Esmeralda managed to dash back into the safety of the temple, and Ozzy managed to make himself a quick but efficient shelter using the carriage that he had. After rescuing Iron and Amnon, you make your way towards Solenka Pass, where you get attacked once again by the rock. But once again, Amnon banishes it to another dimension, and you quickly escape. Ozzy uses his flying ability to skirt around the flaming gateway, and by not passing overhead, you avoid the rocks. Uh, you avoid the rocks attacking you. The things that were above the gate. Once you arrived in Berez, you find a swamp that is filled with fog, difficult to see and difficult to navigate because of the swamp. You do manage to find an old ruin of a mansion where a ghost tells you of something terrible that he did to Marina, um, someone who Strahd had apparently been obsessed with, and the burgomaster, this ghost, had killed her to avoid her becoming one of his brides, and by doing that, he caused Strahd to get revenge by completely flooding this peaceful town, killing everyone in it. And now the burgomaster is a tormented soul who lingers forever. You also discover a hut that has been built over a gigantic tree stump. Peeking inside, you find an old hag that seems to be quite peculiar, who does see you and has a weird little chat with you before you decide to leave her alone because you don't really know what to tell her. You see some flashes of light on the other side of the river, and Tehanu crosses that river to go talk to um, someone that you see over there. It's a young woman whose name is Muriel Vinshaw, who says she is a friend of the Martikovs, um, and she has come to warn you to be very careful around here. And that is where we left off. So, Muriel is a little worried. She gave you a little bit of information about the place, saying that Berez was um, a peaceful town, a little like Kresk, sorry, uh, Kresk, but that was a couple of centuries ago, and then this woman Marina was born, and Strahd became obsessed with her for some reason. But after she was killed by the burgomaster, the entire village was flooded. Um, Ever since, a very ancient and powerful witch named Baba Lysaga um, took over and built her hut in the middle of the village. Um, she says that she flies around in a giant skull, which you guys did notice in front of the hut as you approached it earlier. There are scarecrows scattered around the swamp that are kind of dangerous. They serve as a sort of early warning system to Baba Lysaga if anything were to happen, um, if there is any danger looming. She has also trapped a few mountain goats around the fence near the old mansion, and um, that's about it. She tells you to be really careful because that witch is powerful and dangerous. Anything you want to ask of her, Tahano?
Okay, so she told us that she's ancient, powerful, that she flies around in a giant skull, um, which is interesting information to have. So Muriel came from the Wizard of the Wines thing, and she told us like Baba Lysaga is affiliated to the Wizard of the Wine because she attacked them, right?
What? Can you repeat?
And like she messed around with the Wizard of the Wine's winery, right?
Yes, she did. She seems to have made it a mission of hers to attack the Martikov's family. Um, and she has been attacking for a bit, and she believes, well, let me roleplay that for a bit. I believe that she has made some sort of pact with the Druids back in Yesterhill before you destroyed them, and she has something against us. I don't know what. She's been trying to capture all our ravens. Those are our friends, and she's keeping them in a cage near her hut.
Hmm.
Maybe she hates ravens. I don't know.
I recall us having recovered one of the gemstones that were in use by the Martikov family.
You did.
Was it one or two gemstones?
I don't know exactly what you were told, but I can tell you that two gemstones were stolen. You did recover one that was being used to animate uh, some some sort of monstrosity on Yester Hill. But there was a second one that was also stolen by the Scarecrows that attacked the winery. It is somewhere in here. I don't know where.
So if it's somewhere in here, probably Baba Lysaga is the one who took it and did something with it.
Most definitely. But I don't know what she did with it. It's probably in her hut somewhere.
Hmm. I guess that's something to keep our eyes open for.
Yes. Well, I know that you guys are powerful, so perhaps you can save our raven friends. And if you find that gemstone, please try and recover it. But be careful. Being powerful does not mean you're invincible.
I don't know about that.
Well, I'm not a horse, so I don't know.
If we're invincible, how come you can see it?
What's the question?
Nothing. It's just a bad joke.
It cut off at the end, that's why I didn't hear it. But okay. So, what do you want to do now?
Are still talking with the person?
Well, he's currently
think
silent.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done with the questions, though.
There's a cave that she said that has these guys.
Okay, no. She didn't mention
A hut?
cave.
Am I hearing things? Like, I swear to God, like, where are the people being held?
The ravens in a cage.
Oh, a cage.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I thought I
you've
heard.
seen cages around the entrance of the hut, and they had like a few ravens in each of them that were making quite a ruckus.
Okay, well, let's go liberate the ravens.
You want to do a cave fight?
I want to crow what's going on. That was bad.
It was pretty bad.
Really
bad.
Your
That was great.
Your appetite for battle is ravenous.
All right, so okay, look. If there's people, I am a paladin of Bahamut. I cannot abide in things being caged and held against their wills, especially if they're innocents. I say we liberate them. by smiting the what hag.
We haven't
Okay.
taken a rest since we left the temple, have we? Because last I checked, I'm at like half HP and I don't have any spell slots.
You haven't. No. You don't have
How?
any more spell slots? How come?
Oh no,
How do you-
never mind. I do have spells. Well,
Yeah, I have all my health and all my spells except for one third level that I used and one second level that I used.
Did we take a rest before we left after we killed the giant golem thingy? I took damage from
Yes.
the avalanche.
Yeah, after the Giant's Golem, yeah, we can definitely say you did.
Okay.
After the fight with the rock, no.
I'll heal Amnon.
That would have been one spell slot used.
Um,
Okay,
You
yeah,
wouldn't-
I
you
checked. I
wouldn't
do have my
need-
spell slots. I'm bad.
yeah,
Um,
you wouldn't need to heal Amnon because the only fight that you had was basically the avalanche. Because I said this last week, like you would have taken the time to rest before leaving in the morning from the temple, right? So
Yeah, okay, but I took a bunch of damage from the avalanche, and I'm also exhausted. So
oh, that's true. You are exhausted. You took one exhaustion point.
So you need to be healed, right?
Well,
yes,
Yeah.
or sleep.
I healed you for 20.
Thank you.
Okay.
can we take a? You're exhausted.
I forget
so
what exhausted one does. I think it's disadvantage on ability.
Yeah,
I think it's ability checks. Yeah.
and you would have you need a long rest, I think, to remove one level of exhaustion.
Yeah, I think so.
So if you guys want to take a short rest before jumping into this, I don't see anything that is like time sensitive here.
Well, in any case, my character I would want to talk about strategy for this thing because you're not gonna rush into this fight nose first unless you want to die.
No.
Because
I have a really good idea.
Muriel did warn us that she's a very ancient and very powerful witch, and you don't get to be multi-centuries old without being very dangerous.
So I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
This is a variant on how to kill an amber golem 2.0.
Oh, we lure it out.
So she's got all these cages with all the ravens, yeah? So if we start releasing the ravens, she presumably is going to get pissed and come out. And that's where our friend Tahanu will be lying in wait with his weapons ready to attack her. And then we all get a round of, like, punch the old hag lady in the face until she dies.
Is it just the hag though? Weren't there someone else there when we were there?
I thought there was something, like, inside one of the... We got a sense that there was... Was it undead or something like that?
Yeah, didn't we talk to somebody? Was that her? That was the witch?
Yeah, that was her, and you did the divine sense, and you got 4 faint undead blips coming from within the chest that she had inside the hut.
Right, so I'm not really worried about those. We kill her, that's the big threat. I figure, look, and so here's the thing. So we release the ravens, or the crows, or whatever. If she doesn't care enough to come out, then we can come up with a different plan. If she does care enough to come out, then we get a round of playing whack-a-mole with old Haggy's face.
I'm not sure it would work as a surprise effect. If she sees you releasing the ravens, then she will see you have hostile intentions. And my efficiency comes from being able to surprise, and that's when she would not be expecting to be attacked.
Yeah.
So I was kind of thinking one way to approach this is, since we already talked to her and did not manifest any hostile intentions, we can go back and try to social engineer our way into this again, and just you kind of keep her busy talking about, I don't know, oh, it was a nice wedding we went to. We wanted to come up with some nice gifts, and we would like your help into devising some gifts or something. And while you do that, I get into a position to be able to flank, sneak, attack thing. At least that's my idea of how it would work.
What if I just talk the pants off of her?
That could work too.
Okay. You want to charm?
I'm just presuming that if we were to suddenly release the ravens, she would start attacking immediately.
Yeah,
But-
I don't think she. Yeah,
But in order to attack, she would have to come out.
You think? She's a spellcaster.
Isn't there like a door?
No, it's basically you have these gigantic roots around this tree stump that looks almost like a gigantic.
Okay, I didn't understand. I thought there was a door.
No, you have like a tree stump, and then on top of it there's like a 15 by 15 hut that's just stands atop of it. There's no door to it as far as I know. As far as you remember. Well, more specifically, the entrance is open. It's not like it's completely enclosed. The door, well, not the door, but like the entrance is a little high because of the tree stump itself, right?
Well, how high is that?
You'd have to climb a bit over the various roots.
Is there
but it's
any?
not like 20 meters high.
No, more like 10 feet high or something like that.
Is there any? Okay, I'd like to jump on it,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to look just outside of the area of the swamp. And what I'm looking for is dry
Dry what?
branches, sticks,
Branches.
leaves.
Okay, because you keep cutting off at the end.
I apologize.
I'll blame it on Discord. Do a perception check, but with disadvantage because there's a lot of mist around here.
One thing also, it's
Wow.
Muriel
Why is it
or
not rolling
whoever.
double?
Someone mentioned that she flies in a skull that we saw outside the hut.
Mm-hmm.
If so, in our plans, we need to take into account that she could use that to just run away or to gain advantage
Well, my idea is,
somehow.
look, she's in a hut on a stump. What if we just light the stump on fire?
Not sure that's gonna defeat a multi-centuries-old spellcaster.
A little reminder here: you are in a swamp, and especially with your perception, you definitely don't find any dry wood. Most of the place here, you have water that is coming to your ankles. In some places, all the way to your knees. It's very damp. It's very like you can try to light the fire on the stump, but considering that it's inside of a swamp, not sure if it will take.
Okay. So, what's our plan?
Good question.
I was wondering. Well, I mean, so far my only plan was to do this whole social engineering and keep her entertained bit while I sneak into there and just kind of get behind and also scout the place if I ever find that gemstone or something. And when I attack, like when I visibly attack, then you attack, and then I re-attack, and then we hope we survive this.
Also known as Tehanu really wants to try his surprise assassinate feature with his not second wind. What's the other feature that
Action surge.
Action surge along with sneak attack And uh,
I look at Amnon. Are you good
Whatever.
with this plan?
If we're just gonna ambush them, that's fine. Like, I only have disadvantage on like ability checks,
Yeah.
but I can just hold off on using spells and try to counter spell because let's like let me just read. Oh, never mind. It is so. I imagine she's gonna have lots of spells, so I want to counterspell her spells. Unfortunately, counterspell is actually an ability check, so I'd have disadvantage on that, which would kind of suck.
Unless your counterspell is like it is the same level or exceeds the level of the spell, I believe.
Yeah. So
If you have like 5th level counterspell and she casts a 4th level fireball,
y-
there's no ability check. You just-
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, I have 5th levels, so I can counterspell 5th levels, but I imagine she'll probably have like a 7th or a 6th or both.
Mhm.
But I can still try.
Iron, by any chance? Nope, never.
Any opinions from Iron?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
Does any of you have dispelling ability somehow?
No, I do not.
This what?
Dispel.
Like the spell magic?
Yeah, dispelling.
Yeah, I believe Iron had used that last time.
I do have that spell.
I mean, that could come in handy against a magical foe. I don't know for what exactly, but if things go south, maybe some trump card to use.
I have it prepared.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Oh, we just need a good story to keep her entertained.
Uh-huh. So, Tahanu, I am going to assume that you left Muriel and you went back to the others. So
Yeah, I mean, I was just assuming that the others were with me in front of Muriel, so...
No, because they were, like, holding a rope while you tried to go through the river and all that, and so you're the only one that crossed the river, actually.
Very patient.
Yeah, you got the info, you came back, you told them all about it, and then you had your discussion.
I live tweeted the discussion across the river.
Yeah, you live tweeted it. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So, you guys do what now?
So Tahana's gonna sneak in.
No. We're all gonna go in. My understanding of the plan is we all go in and talk to her, and somehow Tahanu like positions himself behind her or something like that, and then just goes ham.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. We talked to her and Tahana sneaks in.
Yeah, and the idea is to try to befriend her, talk about things she cares about. I mean, I think she was there at the Strahd wedding, so, and arguably she's probably not a good aligned character. So,
Well, we were at the Strahd wedding, so.
Well, I guess you got a point.
All right.
Well, I
But
mean,
yeah,
you
she's
can start by
probably-
asking like what she thought of it, what if she was happy to be there, and then go on and I don't know.
Yeah, I think it'll work. How bad could it be, right?
It could possibly go wrong.
Exactly, nothing could go wrong.
We're invincible. We just took on an avalanche.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, you just banish the whole place, right?
Yeah, I'm not that strong.
Ah.
I could banish her and we could run away again. I'm good at doing that.
Well, just keep that for a desperate situation. Maybe not from the start. I'm actually more concerned that she would run away, like on the skull or something.
Yeah, she may.
Can we rig the skull with C4?
You could if you had C4.
Anyone has C4? I'll accept dynamite as well. Or maybe...
Yeah, I don't have any magical explosions or anything like that, so kind of SOL on that front.
Oh, but you had this green flame poisonous thing, nuke everything kind of spell.
I mean, I have some abilities that can nuke everything, yeah.
The one you used on the statue.
Yep, I do have that, but that also hurts us too.
But is it something that sticks to a place or it sticks to an object?
It just says a point that I choose within range, so it can be anywhere. Like I can put it up in the air, kind of.
But what if it is casted onto a moving object? Will it follow the object?
It doesn't say that it does, and there are spells that do that, like darkness. But yeah, I don't think that. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a no.
because I thought we could have set that skull into radioactive fire or something.
Yeah. So So darkness works in a similar way. I can put it wherever I want, but I can also attach it to an object. But this sickening radiance, it doesn't work like that. Yeah.
All right, I say let's just go with the original plan. We're gonna go. All of us go up there. We'll strike up a conversation. We will distract her, and so the signal to attack. I will say when I say fluffernutter, Tanu, you will attack.
Fluffernutter in the hole.
Fluffernutter. When I say fluffernutter, that's when you're and then we will all once that happens, we will all you'll get your attack and then we'll all spring into crazy attack mode and hopefully
Yeah.
because I feel like this we're over. I think we might be overthinking this. I think we're pretty strong. We're pretty durable. I'm not too terribly worried about this. I think,
last words.
yeah, well, that happens too sometimes, but I something tells me it's not going to be the case. Although me saying that now is incentivizing Eunice to absolutely murder hobo us. So
Watch out for the shambling mound.
He's gonna give her cloud kill or something. But anyways, all right. So all right. So we're decided. Yes, thumbs up.
Yeah, it works for me.
Magic word is fluffernutter. Let's go. So I'm gonna climb up and go in.
All right.
What's her name again?
Lysaga.
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 I'm gonna walk in and be like, "Hey, Lysaga, I know we're back, or we had a little bit of a discussion earlier. I saw you at Strahd's wedding. Is that correct?"
Yeah. One thing, you don't have your shield guardian with you. Do you want me to drop it?
Oh yeah. I can bring that with.
Invincible is sweet. Where? With
actually,
you,
wait.
Or you leave it behind?
Shit, I should have done one thing. There's one thing I can do before we start this. I can get a companion that may help.
You can get a companion that may help?
Yeah, it takes me a minute to cast.
Ooh, what is it,
bud?
It's an elemental.
Shit, when did you have that?
I picked it up a couple levels ago, I think.
Elemental. Nice.
Yeah, so I need a 10 by 10 area of either fire, water, wind, or earth.
Well, it's not going to be fire because we're in a swamp. So we could probably dig up some earth for you, or shoot some water, or there's air everywhere.
I think I was looking them up, and I think that water elemental is good.
Yeah, currently you're in a swamp, so the best thing you can find is water. You can also find some places of earth and air, obviously. Fire, you would need to create a bonfire. Let me see. From the ground. Okay. So, higher level, and this is 5th level, so it would be CR5, right?
It does say what it summons, I think.
It says elemental is friendly to you. Let me actually just print that for everybody to read.
Yeah, it is CR5, yeah.
Challenge rating 5 or lower. Appropriate to the area you chose. Blah blah blah. The elemental is friendly to you. It lasts for an hour. You are in concentration. You roll initiative for it. It obeys any verbal commands that you issue. If you don't issue, it defends itself. Same thing as the other thing. And if your concentration is broken, the elemental doesn't disappear. Instead, you lose control of the elemental. It becomes hostile towards you and your companions, and it might attack.
Yeah, it might attack me. So I have to like not get hit by anything.
Well,
Yeah.
what
That's
could
the other
possibly
that's
go
the other
wrong?
stipulation of it.
Okay. Which elemental would you like to summon?
One sec.
Wouldn't this thing raise suspicion?
Yeah, it might.
By the way, the game is paused, so we can't like move.
Yeah, we can't move.
Unpause.
I'll choose water elemental, but if we're in a swamp, then I think it can.
Maybe what you could do is put the elemental in the skull.
Well,
Like just
it has a swim of 90 feet, so it would be pretty nice in the swamp because it could swim. Otherwise, it's a speed of 30 feet.
How deep is the water around it? Like it says, the elemental can fit into a space as small as an inch wide, without squeezing, because it's water. So I imagine it could just blend in with the water around us and make itself hidden that way.
Yeah, it can definitely be that way. I mean, like I told you, the water in here, some places are as deep as 10 feet high, especially towards the river. Otherwise, you have ankle deep, you have knee deep. Sometimes you have to wade through a much deeper water, but it's mostly water everywhere, and you have some dry spots. Well, not dry, but like spots where the ground is above the water. Um, but it's, yeah. So there's definitely plenty of water for it to hide in.
Okay. All right. So yeah, has everyone worked with that, or is it? Do people think it's going to be a bit too risky trying to have a giant elemental that could potentially turn on us?
I mean, a powerful spellcaster we're up against could maybe even turn the elemental against us.
It can't turn the elemental. It can hit him. Like there's no turning it. Like what she would do is she would attack it or attack Amnon, which would cause Amnon's concentration in controlling it to break, which means that the elemental kind of goes bananas, and there's no telling what it's going to attack. Typically, it will attack the thing that it was originally attacking, and it will continue to attack. Although there's no guarantee of that. It can decide to change its mind, and it can go after it.
It might go after me if it's like, oh, this guy's giving me orders and bossing me around.
Yep. So it's all up to you. Do you want your elemental or not?
It's up to you, man. Like I honestly, like it doesn't matter. Like to me, at least.
I think as long as as long as it doesn't look like she's, because I think I can give mental commands to it. I don't think I have to give verbal commands to it.
You have to give it.
Oh, never mind. It is verbal commands.
It doesn't take. It doesn't like do any.
Yeah. Okay. I thought I could give it mental commands, but yeah, no, you're right.
It's verbal. Yep.
Well,
Well, hell.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it really like it doesn't. It like the water element. It does pretty good damage and stuff. Double slam attack similar to my guardian, basically like having two of my shield guardians, and then it also has a like a grapple thingy. Like it can enter people's spaces, so
How
it'll
much?
enter
How
her
healthy
space,
is it?
and then it has 114 HP
That's
or
pretty good.
12d10 plus 48.
It's very good. It's also potentially very bad if you lose control of it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I honestly think your water elemental is. I mean, it's up to you. However you want to do it. But either way, we should just commit to it and go.
If the DM can make a small note, you could always summon it later. It would take your action during combat, but you could always.
it's a 1 minute cast.
Oh,
the
it's
only
1
thing.
minute cast. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
I'd rather not have
Okay,
him
that's why you want to do it in
incapacitated for
advance.
10 rounds.
Yeah, I'd have to do
Yeah.
it before. Yeah. I think we should do it. What's the worst that can happen? If it misbehaves, I can freeze it. So, and
You
then
can banish it.
it can't move. Yeah, I could try to banish it also.
Yeah.
But it will come back.
That's fine.
Banishment
We'll
is not
hopefully be
permanent.
gone by then.
Unless we can like build something. If I vanish it and then something is in its way, it can't come back.
Build the wall.
Actually, I don't know how would that work. Because
So we build a fire right where it disappeared, and then when it comes back, it turns from a water elemental to a steam elemental.
maybe I don't know if there are steam elementals, but so it says if the target you banish is native to the plane of existence we're on, then it'll disappear and come back. But if it's native to a different plane, and when it comes back, there's something in its way, then it won't return. But I don't know if an elemental that I make out of water from this world is technically part of this world or not.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, so I guess I can't do that.
Okay.
It's up to you. It can go well. It can go wrong. It just adds one more variable in the pot during the battle.
A fun variable.
Fluffer
though.
Nutter!
What is this spell called?
Conjure
Conjure.
elemental.
I posted it in the chat.
So maybe just summon this thing, but tell it to stay hidden in the water, and to keep an eye on the skull or something. And
Yeah, and then I'll basically whenever Azzy gives his command, then I'll I have to wait for my turn. So on my turn, I'll tell it to attack.
can we
Because
just okay. Sorry, go ahead.
So you didn't take a short rest yet, right?
no, we didn't take a short rest
Okay.
yet, but I actually do have my spell slots. I was misinformed about that.
You used your banish on the rock.
Oh, that's right. So I guess
So-
I didn't mark it down. So yeah, I'm missing one.
So yeah, you are missing one. And are you
Can we-
summoning the elemental?
I have a point of clarification.
Yeah.
Could we just say that in all of this deliberating, we took a short rest?
That's right. Actually, that's what Tejano suggested earlier. My apologies.
Okay.
Like
I'm
he
fine with
suggested that
that.
we do that, and we've
Yeah.
been deliberating for this for like a while now, for almost an hour IRL.
Yeah.
So like
So that's a long rest, actually.
we've literally taken a long rest deciding what
Exactly.
we want to.
Yep.
So take a short. Excuse me. We took a short rest in real.
Wouldn't it be funny, like
Yeah.
1 hour to deliberate, and then you kill it in one action,
turn.
like you did with the golem? That would be
That would be a
No.
little bit surprising.
probably wouldn't happen that way, but it would still be funny. All right. So you conjure your elemental.
No, I have to take a short rest first. It only lasts an hour. Yes, I will
Okay.
do that.
Are you storing anything in your shield guardian?
Yeah, I will store a counter spell. It'll be 4th level's counter spell.
Okay. So 4th level and lower, that would be counter spell that you can drop on
Yep.
him. All right, sounds good. anything else? You said you conjured the elemental? No.
When we're like before we go, 10 minutes before we go, because he doesn't want to cast it. He doesn't want to summon the elemental before we take the short rest. Because by the end of the short rest, it goes.
Yeah. So we'll take the short rest, and then I'll cast it, and then we can go.
Okay.
That works for everyone?
Mhm.
Cool.
Okay, so I guess we just assume that we go up to the hut and talk to her, and that I sneak around and just get behind her and look at what's around in the hut at the same time.
Just try, like just make like you're wandering around, like you're pacing or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll wait until you're directly behind her, and hopefully, depending on where she's standing, flanking with me, and then we will use the command, and
Mm-hmm.
you can do your.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So I'm going to just create an elemental water elemental here. Drop it here. And let me see. It's a large. And I'll drop this. Is it loading the image? It's not loading the image.
Interesting. Wait. There you go. Okay. So you conjure your elemental, right? You drop it where? Where exactly do you want it to hide?
Yeah, just like in the water there is fine. As long as it should be able to make its way to inside the building.
Okay. Good.
As long as it should be hidden. It's just in the water. It's just water, right? It just looks like water. So.
Yep. Okay. All right. So now let's get to the role-playing part of it. Tehanu, you wanted to climb up through the various routes and enter the hut?
Yeah, stealthily.
Stealthily?
Well,
No, we're just all. You don't need to be stealthy. Like we're all going up together, and then you're just kind of because if you try to sneak in and be invisible, she's gonna see right through that. So we all go up in a friendly manner, and then you just kind of work your way to behind her, so that you.
Okay.
Because if you try to sneak in, I guarantee you she's gonna see it, and she's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah. So considering that you're a rogue and you love sneaking in, so roll for against your nature trying not to sneak in. Just kidding. Okay, so you're not sneaking in. You climb over the roots. It's a little difficult. It's a bit slippery, um, but you do manage to arrive at the entrance of this hut, and you arrive there. There's the Hanu. So Baba Lysaga is gonna turn around and says, "What do you want now?"
I would have gone up too.
Cool. Go ahead then. Iron, Esmeralda, Durek, Amnon.
I will hide back here. I will stay. Keep a healthy distance while they walk up and talk.
Okay. Cool.
So I'm hoping this is like kind of the way I explained it. I'm hoping that while I'm hoping I would have been standing where Tahanu is, and as I'm talking to him, Tahanu is kind of like, so I'm here, and Tahanu is kind of like looking around and just poking around, just kind of like being like, I have ADD and I want to touch everything. And eventually he's gonna like somehow end up behind her, and that's when code word happens.
Okay.
And I guess Irina or Esmeralda and Iron could come up as well if they want. It's
Well, there's not a lot of space, but sure, depends on whether they want to or not.
if they want.
Yeah, up to
I'm
them.
right by you.
Okay. All right. So first of all, this is her home, so relax, dude. Um, let me
Open house.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hi, and you start walking around. That's not gonna work very well. Let me reread you the description from last week. The hut is 15 feet on a side and packed with old furniture, including a wooden cot, wicker cabinet, a slender wardrobe, a wooden table, a stool, a barrel-topped wooden chest reinforced with brass bands, and an iron tub stained with blood. In the middle of the room is a ghastly wooden crib with a small angelic child sitting in it. All the furnishings except for the crib are bolted to the floor. Beneath the crib, green light seeps up through cracks between the rotting floorboards. Okay. Um, Tehanu, well, let me just drop you this way first. So, first things first, you arrive, and she reacts immediately at your arrival. Of course, says, "Well, you've come back. Now, what do you want?"
It's a beautiful child you have there. What is his or her name?
Thank you. This is my baby. His name is Strahd.
Uh,
Such
like,
an angelic baby.
is there a reason that you picked that particular name for such a lovely child?
That is his name.
Well, I understand, but generally, when naming a child, you have some reasons for it, right?
Well, that was his name. I did not choose that name.
Hmm. Where did you get this beautiful child?
I gave birth to him.
Uh, okay. Um, wonderful. Who's the father?
King Barrow.
Huh.
Who's that?
Who's King Barrow?
It is King
Well, that's
Barrow. And this one, child, is Strahd von Zarovich. My
Like,
son.
I think this lady's crazy.
yes, the Strahd.
Inside check.
Go ahead, insight check.
Holy shit.
You see adoration and love, and she seems to believe it, but she does seem to be a little wacko. Do also for me a perception check while you're at it.
Okay. I just realized I rolled for the wrong character.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
Okay, so you said in what was the other one?
Perception check. Actually,
is the baby alive?
do an investigation check for
Cheating
me,
it?
Ozzy, please. Investigation actually would have been better. Okay, looks very alive to you. Oh, I thought you had the 2 Tehanu, not a 20. Okay. Tehanu, you do seem to notice that this child and the crib seem not quite real. You're not entirely certain, but it might be an illusion.
But I was actually kind of looking also around the room to
Okay.
see, what's that green light thing, or could it be maybe the gemstones thing?
So it could be the gemstone. You don't know exactly what it is, but it is a slow. It seems to be a slow pulsating light that you can barely see because it's beneath the floorboards. Um, Something else you see is that the stained um, bathtub is actually filled with blood, from what you can see. Um, and there's
Well, I
not
mean,
much
this is
else.
soon going to be a bloodbath anyway, so.
Can I?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look at Tahanu and kind of start uh like kind of a very very subtle nod of my head because I notice he's being very perceptive, and I'm gonna look down at the baby and say, "Well, can I hold your baby? It seems so angelic, and being of a holy order myself, I would really love to hold this child. It's beautiful."
She smiles at you, says, "No."
Let's try again.
Damn.
I told you, you just had to say, "Oh, I bring you myrrh, some nice gifts for the angelic child."
Hmm. Okay. You really don't want your new flaw to kick up, huh? um, how do you try to convince her?
I tell her,
Like they did for Jesus, just offer some
like
gifts
like
from
you know,
the
I
Middle East.
part of my order, being of the order of Bahamut, is to bless good health and long life to children. And you have such a beautiful child. It would do me a great honor to be able to bless this child.
You do not need to bless this child. I have given him all the blessings and magical protections that he might need for throughout his life.
Yes, but you've given him magical protection. I seek to give him protection of the divine.
The divine. Bahamut is not divine. I have
Oh,
given it
snap!
the gifts of Mother Night. That is divine.
Um, well, telling you, you should really let me pick up this child and bless it for you. I've been taught that I can bless according to Mother Night. I am a paladin of Bahamut, but
You are
I've learned a little bit.
starting to annoy me.
Well, don't get your fluffer nutter in a bun.
Now, why don't
All
you
right, then.
leave?
So, action surge.
All right. Okay. New combat. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh no.
This is going to be
Sweetie.
ridiculous.
Oh Jesus Christ! What the?
Uh,
But
oh,
at
no,
least
Just take
Tahanu
a
gets his
second
sneak
number.
attack, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I clicked on myself when I rolled.
Let me try the new roll initiative from Beyond 20.
How do we all have single digit in the?
Yay! Wait, no, it doesn't work because I had it set to. Okay, so monsters. I want to
Can you
whisper
add?
rolls for monsters. Okay, that's already there. And just roll twice, but no advantage. I'm going to re-roll her initiative. Okay, 19 instead of 20. Okay.
Can you add?
Hey, but hang on, just want to check the mechanic of something.
Yeah.
In a surprise round.
Just 1 second. Iron, what did you ask for me to
I
add?
forgot to. I rolled a 3. I forgot to click on myself when I rolled.
Okay, cool. So, FYI, to add yourself, you can just right click to bring up that little HUD, and you should have the swords and shield icon to add yourself to the
Oh,
initiative. And can I get rolls for the shield guardian and the water elemental as well, please?
Oh, yeah, my bad. My bad.
No worries.
It's just a dex roll, right?
Yes. Well, the
Seriously,
last
all single
version.
digit-
there's
every
actually an
actual
initiative
player has a single digit initiative.
Yeah, one sec. Is that different? Does that show up on the turn order if I do it that way? Doesn't look like it.
If you have the latest Beyond 20 version, which was released last Wednesday, I think. I don't remember. There should be a roll initiative button that would automatically add it.
I did press the roll initiative, and
Did you have the Shield Guardian also selected the token?
no, I did not.
Because
My
yeah,
bad.
it sets. Yeah, you see now Amnon has 19 instead of the Shield Guardian. So let me just fix all of that. 19
Okay,
for the
sorry.
Shield Guardian, and Amnon, you had rolled. You
5.
had rolled 5.
Yeah, and I don't. Did you make a water elemental? Because I don't see it anywhere.
Oh yeah, I didn't give you the permissions for it. I'll just give it to everybody. Owner. It should be appearing at the bottom there.
Okay, when I click it, there's no vision.
That's true. What vision do they have? Yeah, has vision is enabled. There you go.
Same with my shield guardian.
And there you go.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, now it works. Did you link it? Sorry.
Link what?
Character sheet for the water elemental.
Character sheet for water elemental. 1 second. I have it here. I will link it in the chat. There you go. You should have access to it. And
Thank
I'll
you.
put it in the bio character sheet in Foundry, so you can always access it. Cool. You rolled it twice. That's weird. It should...
I didn't hear the thing go. My bad.
That's weird. Actually, it should not have added it twice. It should have added it once. Or no, I think it double clicked. It was just so fast that it didn't notice.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Move.
Yeah, because it has the same timestamp for me. So
And for
I could
some
maybe
reason,
just
it's set as dead. I don't know why.
you killed it already.
Okay.
It should be a 13, not a 16, but
And
it doesn't seem like it
size
matters.
is 2. I don't know why it changed size to 1 by 1. Okay. It should all be set up correctly now, technically. All right.
Cool.
So it's surprise round, which means that those before the person doing the attack, which would be Tahanu, don't get to do their attacks. And then Tahanu, it's your turn. She is surprised, so you get your assassinate feature.
So hang on. So who's part of the surprise round?
What?
So who in my allies is part of the surprise round?
The first person who attacks is you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyone after you, basically. So it's basically
so-
the Esmeralda and the Shield Guardian didn't get the chance. And Esmeralda
Okay,
would have
so
been
it
too
would
far
be
anyway.
Azzy and Amnon and Iron would be part of the surprise round, right?
Yes.
Okay. And now Azzy's gone.
Yeah.
Back. I told them the surprise round.
I had to pee.
Surprise, motherfucker!
All right. Okay. So I guess I might as well just get started. Okay. The action surge is to ready an action to multi-attack when Azzy is going to attack her. And then
Okay.
my main action is going to be multi-attack her.
Uh-huh.
And so that's
never
what I'm
would
going to
have
do
guessed
now.
you would do that.
I don't know why. Yeah, whatever. So let's see if I roll a natural 1. Because that would be very infuriating.
Okay.
Okay.
So you do lots of damage. Let me just check out on something. Okay. So
that's the first attack, actually. So I need to do a second attack.
Uh-huh.
And this one, I'm going to make it into a precision attack. So I'm going to roll 1d8.
Isn't this one supposed to be critical too?
Oh,
Why would it be critical?
is it?
Because she's
Yes,
surprised.
it's just that it doesn't have sneak attack. Sorry, so I need to redo it properly. Sorry.
Yeah, redo
So,
it.
Crit, but not sneak attack. Okay.
Yeah.
And yes.
Okay.
Right.
So a little more.
Okay, and then I am on trigger for whenever Azzy hits her.
Am I good?
Yeah.
All right, 23, and I'm going to put a level 3 smite. Is she
What?
undead?
She's not undead. Okay.
That's my second.
Doing a lot of damage.
And level 2 smite.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Oops. Okay, and then it's Amnon's turn.
Wait, but now that since
Oh yeah, now it's your
since Azzy
turn.
attacked, now I do it again because why the hell not? So that's the first
Jesus
one.
Christ, how many times are you going to crit?
It's because she is surprised. It's auto crit as long as she's surprised. That's why he wanted to get the drop on her.
And there you go.
Okay.
Now I'm
did
done.
How did you
Jesus.
How did you code it so that it auto crits?
That's the new version of Beyond 20 has an option for the assassinate feature. So it will automatically be a crit regardless of the amount rolled.
Oh,
Wait,
damn.
so and I can't use a bonus section to hide now, can I?
Oh, you just crit her 4 times. You don't get to hide.
Not
You
on your
practically have
reaction,
to-
no.
Oh well, okay, that's fine.
Okay, Amnon, what do you do?
Can I see her from where I am?
Good question. Can you?
I
She,
mean, I can see
considering
her.
that she is relatively above you, and you have Iron and Ozzy blocking the way. I'm not sure just how much you can see, because she's still like.
But I can make her out like where she is. So as long as I can command, I'm just gonna command my both my water elemental and my shield guardian to attack. And I mean, I don't want to risk hitting my friends with my attacks.
Mhm.
So if for whatever reason she ever gets out of total cover for me, then I'll ready up an Eldritch Blast. But that's it.
Okay. All right. Iron, what do you do?
I'll guiding bolt level 1.
Okay. Guiding bolt level 1. Is guiding bolt long distance? Long range?
Well, I'm not standing right. I mean, are you saying I'm in melee range?
Yeah.
All right, fine. I will toll the dead.
Toll the dead.
Wisdom save, please.
Right. Thank you. Wisdom 19. That would be a save.
Yeep.
Okay. Now it's her turn. She is going to scream at you. How dare you! And she will hit her foot on the floor. And you can see, I will show it for the others who are outside, who currently see those inside the hut. You see it start to shake and almost move, and you get a little bout of nausea. Those outside, you see the tree trunk itself move out of the
It's
bug.
alive.
Oh yeah, it's alive.
It's a kraken.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
The giant roots beneath the hut come to life and pull themselves up out of the mire. The hut and the roots lurch and groan, becoming a lumbering mass that cracks as it walks, crushing all in its path. That's the description. It's not currently crushing things, but I will. I will put it.
Does it get an initiative?
Yes, it will get initiative. As soon as there it is. Give me a second. Where's the damn thing? Baba Lysagas.
I really hope she's very close to dead.
It's at -1. Yeah, she's very close to death. You guys bloodied her like a shitload. Let me see.
That was the plan.
And then she's going to do a dexterity save, Iron, Ozzy, and Tehanu, as it shakes you and tries to drop you. Let me just check what the DC on that was supposed to be.
Just how to get Ozzy's bonus, or is
Yeah,
he too far
Tahana
away?
gets +5. I would say he's
10 feet. Tehanu would be within the 10 feet, yes. So it's 12. Wait, Ozzy, where's Ozzy's? Oh my god, there's so many things.
12.
You already have your plus thing. Yeah, you already have your.
I think
plus
it's baked
5.
into
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it is already into it. Okay, so Ozzy, you do fall. Let me. I can't find where the hell I had that thing marked down with. I think I lost the values, the notes. One little second, please.
Can you fly to keep up with us?
What?
He has wings.
He used them to get you out of Solenka Pass. Where is? God damn it! I had marked this, and I think I may have not saved the thing. Or oh yeah, okay. So actually, both Ozzy and Tehanu, you fall out.
He falls out with a 19?
Yeah, with a 19. It was a DC 20. That's why I wanted to make sure. So you fall out of the hut.
This
as
is not
it
Canada.
shakes you. You can see it like taking, like moving around and just shaking you out of it. As you all drop, Ozzy, I'll move you here. Tehanu, I'll move you here, and then that opens the room for Baba Lysaga to actually try and move out.
Clearly, this was not
And
Canada. This was the US, since the minimum was 21 instead of 18.
yeah. And she's going to jump into her skull. Iron and Amnon, you both get. Well, Amnon has a held action, and Iron,
I get
you
opportunity
would
attack.
get opportunity attack.
That's
No,
a melee
Tehanu,
swing,
you don't.
right?
What?
Oh,
What did you say, Iron?
That's the melee swing, right?
Yes.
Wait, she's moving.
Yeah, she jumped into that giant skull
Oh,
that
okay.
that was there. So she's definitely visible to you with nothing in the way. And Iron is getting a attack of opportunity.
I can't add divine. What is?
If it's part of your attack anyways, you get it.
Yeah.
If your attack normally deals like an extra radiant damage, all of your attacks, whether they're opportunity attacks or regular attacks.
Well, it's the only time. So, like when I do a melee attack, I can divine strike. So I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like smiting.
Okay, I just need to reach.
Well, except for how I roll.
Okay, when you guys just give me a few seconds to just check, because I got a bit lost with all the damages. I want to make sure I got the value correctly. Because you guys did a lot of damage.
So I've been trying to run the calculations. Did I actually do like 119 damage?
I counted
Wait
101.
a second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Sorry,
A lot
it's
of
taking
damage.
a little longer than it should, but yeah, give me a second. So this one.
As if I did do 119 and Nazi did 50. This thing is tough.
Yeah, but she's got to be close to dying, I imagine. I hope.
Yeah, she got pretty beat up, that's for sure. And I'm just okay. And this, and that 4, and then so okay. You missed Iron with that 7, and Amnon you did not miss with both of these
Sweet.
shots as you hit her. And
Oh, by the way, I was wrong. Divine Strike is only on your turn.
okay, she is looking pretty badly hurt. But as she jumps onto her skull and she takes off, there's her skull. She takes off and starts to take some altitude. I think I just moved Esmeralda with her. Yeah, Esmeralda, stay here. She takes off into the air, about that gives her about 20 feet up. So
Does
I'll
Esmeralda
put her
not get
here.
an opportunity attack on?
That's a good question.
I would have thought that I would have got if she were to
would
fly
have.
away.
She would have, yeah.
I would have too.
Me too.
Yeah, wouldn't everyone got one, or she just ran out of it?
Tehanu, you don't, because you use your reaction for your action surge. To execute
right.
the action.
I didn't. So do I get an attack?
That's a good question, but I'm going to say no. Because you're
Okay.
you were thrown out, you are prone. Tehanu also is prone, actually.
Yeah.
In the water, and the skull itself is a giant skull. So I was already like trying to think, would Esmeralda be within range of Baba Lysaga as she jumps onto her giant skull? So that's why. But Ozzy and Tehanu, you wouldn't be. But yeah.
So she gets to attack?
Yes, Esmeralda gets 1 opportunity attack. Ozzy, I'm not sure where I want to drop you actually. Now that you fell. Okay.
I wasn't sure she gets all 3 or just 1.
No, it would be just 1. The multi-attack is part of her action. Okay. She's looking pretty hurt. But she is enraged, and she is going to do this. Is that there? This region of 20 feet by 20 feet is now.
Is she casting a spell?
Yeah, she's casting a spell.
I'm gonna counterspell it. Or sorry, the Shield Guardian's gonna counterspell it.
Okay. It is a. Let me see. I just want to see which one. Which was which one to use? Oh yeah, it's funny because Ozzy mentioned it before. It's Cloud Kill. It's a
Wait, what?
5th
No,
level.
wait, are you serious?
Yeah, it's a 5th level spell. Oh, it's a sphere, 20-foot radius sphere. I thought it was 20.
She really has cloud kill? I was totally kidding.
I know, that's why I found it so funny when you mentioned it. Okay, I'll remove
I
it.
don't like
So
this
what,
game
it's-
anymore.
Wait, wait.
First, you make me encounter another lich, and then another one of those like
Hey, but
fox
that lich
people.
was cool. That lich was
So
totally
wait,
cool.
she's got like a spaceship that is nuclear equipped or something.
It's not really the
she's like-
spaceship, but
She's nuking us from orbit.
you get this sphere that she drops on all of you. Okay, so I'll just redo it with without whisper, so you can see what the spell is all about. Okay, so she creates a 20-foot radius sphere of poisonous yellow-green fog centered on a point. The fog spreads around corners. It lasts for duration, so she's currently concentrating. I want to set that on her. Also note that you did want to cast cloud counterspell, right?
That's right.
So I think it's 4th level only for your
From a shield guardian.
Shield
Yeah,
guardian.
so it'd have to
So
be
it's a
an
DC,
ability
right?
check. Yeah, is it my ability check? Or is it my shield guardian's ability check? I imagine it would be mine because it's my spell, right?
It would be.
But I would think it's coming from the shield guardian.
Yeah,
So
it would be the shield guardian, in my opinion.
But the thing
But
it
it
references
does-
my spellcasting modifier
Yeah.
or my spellcasting ability for the DC so the DC equals 10 plus the spell's level, and I have to make an ability check, and if I get higher than that, then it's countered.
Okay. It
So
doesn't really specify when it comes to DC. So
because my shield guardian second casting it is just
yeah, it's just
the spell is stored in him, and
Yep.
he's just
Okay.
unleashing it
okay.
essentially.
We'll use your spell DC thing. Okay. And so what does counterspell do again? It's DC plus the spell level, I think. So it would be
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, it would be 15.
Okay. So go ahead.
So did that work?
No. But wait, that's
That's just showing the +8. Okay, that's not even it.
Ah,
I'll just
okay.
roll it normally.
okay. Yeah.
I was at disadvantage.
Why are you doing it twice though? Do you have
Disadvantage.
two windows? You have two windows
Disadvantage
open.
from
I think.
exhaustion.
Oh, okay. But you do
'Cause
have
it's an
two
ability
windows
check.
open, I think. That's why it's sending everything to
No, that one I actually copy and pasted twice. So
Oh, okay. But yeah, you do cancel her cloud kill. Cool.
phew.
cloud spill.
Arrgh. You. All right. Shield Guardian, what do you do?
How far away is she? I'm guessing she's
Um,
pretty high up.
Yeah, you can see the elevation on above her token, right? So it's,
Oh, okay. She's 20. So
she's about 20 feet. I put her here, but consider her right where the skull was supposed to be. Or let's see. Yeah, because she just went up. And I'll move her a bit further at the same time, so about 15 feet.
okay. So my shield guardian is 10 feet tall. Can you reach her?
10 feet tall, she's plus 15. No, should be out of reach.
Even with his 5-foot long arms?
Yes, that's why he has 5 feet reach for people who are within a 5-foot square of him, but she's 15 feet away.
Interesting.
Uh-huh. He can try to protect you.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess he can't really do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he'll just stay here if he can't attack her. even though I think that she should, because, I mean, I don't know. That's all right. So yeah, he won't do anything.
Okay. He just uses his dodge action.
Sure.
Okay. Esmeralda, what do you want to do?
Firebolt.
Firebolt. It's a dex save from my part, or what was it again?
What's that?
It's a dex save from my part, or
Hold on.
It's an
like a
attack?
It's an attack.
okay. Note that she is currently within the skull. She does have half, um, like she's protected by the skull, half cover. You also do have the option of attacking the skull itself.
Oh, yeah. Can my shield guardian have attacked the skull?
No, it would have been too high though.
Could have jumped and just grabbed the skull to prevent it from lifting up.
We'll take a chance at hitting her. So I have
Okay.
to roll twice,
Okay.
right? So I need to roll twice.
Why twice?
That was a disadvantage because of the cover.
No, cover just means she gets +2 to AC.
Oh.
No disadvantage.
Oh, rip.
Rip. Okay. Water element. What does he want to do?
So can my elemental in any way, shape, or form reach the skull?
Let me check. Let me check. Water elemental.
Any
nope.
wave, shape, or form?
Nope. Do a perception check for me. Okay. The answer is just no. He wouldn't be able to access it, and I need to reload the volume of the music, and this is not good enough music. This is good enough, I think. Okay. So nothing the water elemental can do now. Tahano,
I guess
what do you wanna do?
it could attack the tree.
Yes, it could attack the tree. That's why I told you to do the perception. It was
Yeah,
too low
I'll
for
just
me
get
to
him-
give you the hint. But
I'll
yes.
get him to go into the trees, and do its grapple thing.
Okay. So
It's
I
gotta
have to
do
do
a
a
strength.
save.
Yeah.
But wait, it does. It says one large creature. It can't do that. The
Oh,
creature
yeah,
is
it's probably
gargantuan.
bigger. Okay.
So it wouldn't be able to do that. It can do the 2 slam attacks.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay. Slam. The first one hits, the second one doesn't, and you do 12 damage to it. Let me just check its stats to see if it has any resistance. No resistance to water. Okay. Cool. You deal some damage 13 damage to the creeping hut of Baba Lysaga's.
Cool.
Alright, Tahanu, your turn.
I'm gonna try sniping 2 short bow attacks onto Babalisa. Let me just see what happens with the numbers before. Okay, that's the first attack.
No sneak attack, by the way.
Why not?
Why
Because
would
it's
you
a ranged weapon.
So,
Doesn't it work with range?
You have advantage.
yeah, but you don't have any advantage, and you don't have an enemy within 5 feet. She's in the air.
Okay, well.
Okay, second attack.
So second attack still without sneak attack. Would be this. And I'm going to make this into a precision attack. So I'm going to roll the superiority dice thing.
Slash roll.
Yeah.
You can just click on it in Beyond 20. It will roll D8 automatically.
I'm not used to being to just click a button. So, okay, that was the second one.
Okay. You hear her scream and potentially fall inside the skull that is still hovering in the air there.
What? It's an autopilot thing?
Maybe.
Is the
Okay.
stump still moving?
It doesn't seem to have
I'm-
affected it. Ozzy, what's your...
I hide in the water. I forgot to do that before my attacks.
Hold your breath
Yes.
until your turn arrives.
Yeah.
How high up is the skull?
About 15 feet up.
So if I wanted to jump up, grab onto the skull, and climb into it,
I don't think you would be able to do that.
What if you jump on the shield guardian or the hut or something?
please hold.
Yeah, the shield guardian's right underneath it.
Yep. You could try climbing atop the shield guardian and then jumping. Yes.
1 second.
But you wouldn't be able to jump 15 feet up standing, especially
No, I don't need to jump 15 feet up. I need to jump high enough to grab onto it.
Well, you'd still need to jump a pretty high distance while being in knee-deep water is just not gonna work. That's why. But yes, you can climb atop the shield guardian and use that to give you that little.
Okay, I'll do
boost
that. I'll
needed.
climb up onto the shield guardian.
Cool.
Just
And then-
pile up Invincible on
and
top
then-
of the shield guardian and then top Tony on top of the Invincible.
Tony's gone, man.
Shit. There goes my plan.
So
Alright.
I'm gonna climb the shield guardian and then climb into the skull.
Okay. Go. You are able do an acrobatics check for me.
Acrobatics or athletics? Because I'm climbing.
Good question. It would be more of a dexterity.
Because athletics is climbing. It covers climbing.
Okay then, athletics. Okay. Yeah, you definitely reach up and are able to hold on with both hands on the eye sockets that are on this upside down giant skull.
We've got a thing for eye sockets, don't we?
What do you
It
mean?
was
by
the
that?
same thing with the statue. We had eye sockets.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. All right. I'm not sure if you can do anything.
I'm willing to count that as my movement, but let me look around inside.
Yeah, it would be your movement, so that's why I'm wondering, like, what can you do with your action? You want to look inside? Sure. There's a very conveniently placed eye socket that you can. So you do a pull up and you look through the eye socket. Do a perception check.
Like I want to get in the skull the way that she
The way that what?
she was riding inside the skull, right?
Yeah.
I want to do the same thing. I want to basically get into the skull the same way she.
Okay. Well, your
Holy
perception. You look through the eye socket, and you see blood seeping through the bottom of the hollowed out skull, and it's just about to enter your own eye, but you're avoided. You do manage to see the dead Baba Lysaga inside the skull.
So I want to get into the skull. I want to see if I can control the skull and fly around.
I'm going to say you would need to wait until your next turn to.
Yeah, that's
climb
fine.
it.
That's fine.
Okay.
But he will have advantage because he works for Boeing now, right? So he probably can install some fly-by-wire on the skull.
Yep.
Pretty much.
All right, Amnon. What do you do?
So there's still a giant tree thing to worry about, right?
Yeah. A gargantuan tree to worry about.
Well, I'm just going to. I'm just going to blast that. I think, if it's still threatening. I'm not sure if it looks like it's giving us a threatening look. But
It looks
I'll
like
attack
it's
it.
still threatening, yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna blast it for now. That's all I can really do.
Okay. Blast. First one misses, the second one hits, and it deals 9 damage to it. Okay. Iron, what do you do? You're still inside the hut, actually.
Yes. I was wondering, do I feel nervous that I'm gonna slide out of the hut?
It doesn't look like it shook and tried to throw you guys out when it became sort of sentient. You're not sure if it's going to do the same thing once once it's its turn.
Okay, so
Remember-
I would like to look to see if there's something I can secure myself through so it can't throw me out. Like
Oh.
I want to like tie a rope.
Well,
and-
what if you rip out the floorboards to secure yourself and figure out if what's that green light thing?
Oh.
Maybe the gem is powering it.
Yeah. So reminder, when you got into the hut, you noticed that all the furnishings except for the crib are bolted to the floor. So any furnishing that you want to grab onto, it is bolted to the floor, and probably because it's a creepy hut. And you do see the green light seeping through the cracks beneath the rotting floorboards, just
Okay,
beneath
so-
the crib.
Dang it. So I want to like can I hang on to like the nearest thing to me and try to like open the floorboard since there's to see what's in.
Yeah. How do you want to open those floorboards?
Oh. Da, 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 da.
Battle axe.
My mace isn't so intimidating.
Oh, isn't the mace a pretty good bludgeoning thing?
Uh,
You can try to rip them with your bare hands, or you can try to smash them with your weapon, or you decide.
well, like okay, because I would like to hit it with a spell, but it would be at disadvantage, right?
Because it's close proximity. If it's long distance, long range spell, yes.
Yeah. All right. Can I, if I do my divine strike, I can. If I hit it, I can add the radiant damage to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, divine
Alright, I'll
strike.
try
I don't
to-
remember what divine strike actually
It does a
is.
plus a 1d8 radiant damage.
To any of your attacks,
Yeah,
like
melee attacks.
melee
yes.
attacks. Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's. I just clicked it.
Okay, thanks. Diffuse your weapon strike with divine energy. 1 second.
A creature. Ah! So that won't work for the floor. Oh wait, is it count as a creature?
Yeah, it should be a
Five?
creature.
It depends. Do you want to damage the hut, or do you want to break the floorboards to access what's beneath?
I want to break the floorboards to access what's beneath.
Then it wouldn't count as damaging the creature itself.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna do the whatever to try to break it up with just a melee attack.
Yeah, I don't think you need an extra D8 to like break a floorboard with a weapon.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay.
A 10 good enough?
Incidentally, 10 is just good enough. You
Oh my
deal
gosh.
6 damage to the floorboards. They are split, but they are still holding. There's not enough of a hole there for you to peek inside. It's like
Okay.
they're like broken. Like oh, now there's a camera. They're like this.
Okay. I have no idea how that just got pasted there. That looks really weird.
Okay. You did a control V, maybe. I don't know. Okay. Now it's the creeping hut's turn. It is going to try and shake you, Iron, as its natural movement. This is what will happen. You said that you try to grab onto things that are bolted so you don't fall. So you do have advantage on your dexterity.
Okay.
please do a dexterity saving throw for me. And
This hut is just like Shadow of the Colossus.
you do fall prone.
Knew I should have tied myself.
Well, you do fall just outside. I'm gonna push you just behind Tehanu, and the creeping hut, which is right here, and the water is within it. That's fine. It's going to make 3 attacks as it takes its roots out of the water and smashes onto. Let me see who it's going to try and smash. It's going to try and smash Tehanu, Iron, and Amnon, 1 each. So I have an 18 towards Tehanu.
Fails.
Okay. A 31 against Iron.
That hits.
21 damage. And a 24 against Amnon for 29 damage. As it bludgeons you all 3 with 1 root attack on each of you. But
So,
Tehanu is able to avoid it. What?
So Amna and I took 29 points.
What did you say? 21 points of damage that you got.
21.
21 for Iron, 29 for Amnon.
Okay, so 15 goes to the Guardian.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you were prone, so all right. That's
1 sec. I gotta do a con save.
you do need to do a Constitution save, please. And you hear the ravens squawking, completely mad. All right, you still did 2, so I think you do have 2.
No, I clicked. I clicked it twice.
Again?
I did it with advantage. I did it with advantage because I have Warcaster. So I get. Oh, sorry. It's already advantage. Sorry, I'm used. Yeah, the other game doesn't have that set up, so I had to click twice and everything that I had advantage.
Okay. All right.
Maybe it does, and I'm just being dumb. One of the two. I think it's the second.
Well, you have to change the settings to tell it to roll twice or not. So maybe it's not. But okay. Anyway, Shield Guardian. What do you want to do?
Shield Guardian is gonna slam this thing.
Slam. Go for it. Both hit and deal
Oh wow!
some really nice damage. Well done, Shield Guardian.
Shield Guardian, yeah.
Uh-huh. All right. Esmeralda, what is she going to do?
So can she melee attack the roots or whatever?
Yeah, she can try
Okay,
that.
she can do that. I always forget.
Her triple attacks, right?
Yeah, it's 2 rapier. That's okay.
Yeah, 2 rapier and the choice between hand axe and silver short sword. Okay. Fail, hit, and fail. So she does 2 glancing blows, and only one of them seems to actually pierce into one of the roots, dealing some damage to the hut. Not enough. This thing barely seems to notice. Water element. What do you want to do?
The water element will keep slamming it.
Go for it. First slam does some damage. Second one does not. As the water just slips off some very slippery roots. But you do deal some damage to it. Tehanu, what now? I'm gonna guess that you want to stand up.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I just blindly attack this thing or I actually go into the hut again and try to keep digging at the green stuff. Because I'm really intrigued by this thing.
Your choice.
So I guess that's what I'm going to do. Just go in there and then try to smash the floor.
Okay.
But I
do an acrobatics check to try and uh, climb onto the roots, and okay, good enough. You managed to get inside of the hut, and now there's perfect flooring in the
What do
hut.
you mean, perfect flooring?
You're like
You can read up?
you look down at iron, thinking, "Hey, I thought you said you damaged it. Doesn't seem to be
I
damaged.
did.
Doesn't seem to be damaged."
But is there a crowbar where I can just remove the nails from the flooring?
Do you have a crowbar in your equipment?
I actually wait.
It's kind of
Don't
standard
I?
D&D equipment.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually have a crowbar somewhere, I think.
I have one.
But yeah, I do have a freaking crowbar. I'm gonna
Alright.
use this.
You can use crowbar. You
Alright.
do a strength check with advantage because of the crowbar. Finally, something that is useful in the basic backpack.
First time ever.
Yeah.
Okay, so with advantage, you said.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a strength save, damn it.
Just straight strength roll. Do it again, please.
So I click strength, and then I do.
Well, yeah, I was going to say it's probably going to be the same thing. Oh, it's not the same thing. Right. Okay. So 11, you with advantage and 11, it's you're really weak because you drank some of the swamp water, and you aren't able to actually open the floorboards. It's sorry, dude.
Can I try again with a bonus action or something?
Do you have use an item with as your bonus?
I don't think so.
Okay, I think it's
I can,
only
like-
the thief.
Unless you consider that crowbar is an attack, and then I can do 2 attacks with it.
No, it's not an attack. Yeah, you don't have use an
Half-Life
action
it would be.
with your thing. Okay, so no, that's it for you. Ozzy, what do? You can climb. Use your movement to climb into the
I'm
skull.
in the skull.
Sure.
Like,
You're into the skull. You do find the dead body of Baba Lysaga inside.
That's fine. I'm gonna tie a rope around my waist. I don't know how much of an action you're gonna make this be. So I don't know if you're gonna make me do this over 2 turns. But
Okay.
my intention is this: tie a rope around my waist
Uh-huh.
with about like 3 feet of slack. I'm gonna misty step into the hut and tie myself off onto one of the nailed down pieces of furniture. If I can do that in 1 turn, fine. Or it'll take 2 turns.
So wait, you want to tie a rope around yourself, or around the skull? I'm not sure.
No. I tie a rope around my waist.
Yeah.
Misty step is a bonus action, so it doesn't count.
Uh-huh.
Misty step. So at some point, either this turn or next, if I can't split my action, because my idea is I want to tie myself off to a piece of furniture that's nailed down.
Okay.
So what I want to do, and for the movement portion of it, I don't need to use any movement because I can bonus action Misty Step. So either, depending on your ruling, and I'm fine with it either way, either this turn I tie myself off, next turn I Misty Step and then tie myself off again, or you just let me do the tie myself, Misty Step, tie myself, and I wouldn't attack or anything this turn, but I'd basically be fixed inside and he can't shake me out.
Bonus action, you Misty Step into the hut. Use your action to tie yourself to the furniture. That would be 1 action. I would consider it 1 action.
That's what I do. I'm inside and I'm tied up.
Cool. You are now inside, tied to the furniture. Amnon, what do you do?
Well, in case their plan fails, I'm just gonna keep hitting this giant thing.
Okay, go for it.
Wait, I want to see if there's any good spells that I can get. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep hitting it.
Okay. Um,
Look, I can't wait till my next turn. I'm gonna do something silly.
one of the blasts hits the hut, and the second one just seems to have glanced, almost hitting it, but not quite.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it for me,
Iron, what
sorry.
do you do?
I want to use my rope and grappling hook and throw it up there so I can climb up.
You have a grappling hook?
I do.
You bought that recently, right?
I don't know. It's been in my inventory for a while, so
Oh, okay, cool.
Could be in one of the starting things.
yeah.
Okay, cool. So grappling hook, and you throw it onto the thing. Okay. I wonder how I'm supposed to do this. Do. My God. Do a dexterity check for me, and I'm going to
Oh, not
make
a
it the
strength?
DC. No, because you're trying to land it onto the shaking movie
Ah!
thing. Yeah, it's the grappling hook just falls off the side of the thing. It couldn't find a good spot to grab onto the roots of the hut, as it's moving too much for you. Okay, now the hut. It's going to do. It's going to try and shake people that are on it. Do a dexterity save, both Ozzy and Tehanu, please.
If you're tied down.
I'm tied down.
Yeah, I know. But please do anyway. Okay. Tehanu, you fall
Do I get the
outside
aura?
with the
Do I
aura.
get the bonus aura or something?
You do get the bonus aura, but still not enough. As you fall, actually, you should be taking damage from the falls. Forgot to do that
All right.
before. But yeah, you do take 6 damage as you fall to the ground.
Damn it. Can we
Ozzy,
just assume I took 6 damage the last time as well?
no, it's okay. I forgot it. We'll ignore that damage. Ozzy, you fall prone, but you are still inside because you are tied up, and
That's fine.
you are basically just on the border of the entrance. And then it will use its roots coming out of the water from every side and hitting again Amnon, Iron, and Tehanu. No, Amnon, Esmeralda, and Tehanu, because Esmeralda hit it in the previous turn. So it's 28 to hit Amnon. That hits 16
No, it misses.
damage. What?
I'm kidding.
Okay. 16 damage. You had really good rolls. 21 to hit
Doesn't the
Tehanu.
Shield Guardian take it? Doesn't the Shield Guardian tank it?
It takes half, yeah.
Yeah, it takes half.
So it takes 8. I take 8.
Yeah.
And my con is still good.
21 to hit Tehanu
Yeah, it hits.
for a 21 damage. And
Which I'm going to have.
okay. And 17 to hit Esmeralda for 31 damage.
17? 17 doesn't hit.
17 doesn't hit?
No,
I
her armor
thought-
class is 8.
Oh, that changed then. Okay, cool. And that's its turn. And now you see this thing here appearing out of nowhere. Oh, come on. There you go. A Scarecrow joins the fight, coming out of the mists and running towards... Who's the further away? Amnon would be the further away. So it would be coming from this side, trying to hit Amnon with a 2 claw attack. No, it's going to glare at you.
Menacing.
Scarecrow, what does it hope to achieve?
Yeah, do a wisdom save, please.
Okay, 1 sec.
If it only had a brain.
It wouldn't be standing in the rain.
So the Scarecrow comes at you and just gives you this terrifying glare, and you just laugh at it.
Nice.
All right. Baba Lysaga now fires a fireball. No, she's dead. Shield Guardian, you take your 10 HP back, and what
Yep.
do you do?
1 sec, let me, because I forgot about that last turn.
Okay. Ozzy's pissed off. He leaves. Like, why did I get inside this thing? Why are you guys doing this to me?
I'm gonna move him away, and I guess he can. He can provoke opportunity. I don't know, but he'll come over here to my aid and attack this thing.
Okay, opportunity attack. That's a good question. It would not get an opportunity attack
Cool.
because it's still within its range.
Okay. Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah.
Okay, fisting the little dude.
Okay, fist in the Scarecrow. The first one hits, and
Oh, nice.
and does enough damage. You see some of its body crumbling, but it's
Cool.
still up. It's still up. All right, Esmeralda, what do you do?
She's gonna attack the. What's going on with the Scarecrow?
He's attacking Amnon, and the Shield Guardian just came to help defend Amnon.
Can she move that far to attack it?
Sure, she could. I think 25 feet away. So yeah, she could do that.
Oh, she can do that.
Okay. Attack. First attack hits, and it does. Let me just check. So I miscalculated things earlier. What? Something's not right. Let's try this again. Okay. First one hits, does 6 damage. Second one hits, does 8 damage. And the third one hits and just breaks the thing into a pile of old clothes and raven feathers. Which, by the way, are squawking and making a lot of noise as they are being thrown around inside the cages that are rattling around this thing. Alright, good. Water elemental, what do you do?
It'll keep attacking the big thing.
Okay. It both hits. It's doing a lot more damage this time. Nicely done. Cool. Cool. Tehanu, you're prone. Use half your movement to stand back up. What do you do?
I'm getting annoyed by this game of Shadow of the Colossus thing, so I'm just gonna stop trying to open the floorboards for now and just move around here to get into a flanking position.
With who? There's nobody on the other side.
Oh wait, I thought it would work with Iron.
Yeah.
Okay,
Iron
then
is
that
a
doesn't
little
work.
further away.
Yeah, are we all in its range though? Technically, still.
Yeah, it's range, but you have to be to flank it. You have to be within 5 feet of it.
Okay, then that doesn't. Oh, wait, the elemental. Yes, that works on the other,
The
other side.
elemental
No?
is inside of it, so yeah, sure, I'll allow it.
Well, I mean, if it's inside, then from anywhere it's a flanking. Then
It's
The point
you
of
have to be
flanking
on the
is
other
it's being distracted by the other
Yeah.
person. I don't know
Yeah,
that
so
it's being
I'll-
distracted by something that's inside.
If something was inside me, I'd be pretty distracted.
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. If you go to the other side of it, you would be able to get the advantage. So yeah, it would take you your movement to just get far enough to be in a flanking position.
Okay, well, I guess gonna do that. So attack then.
Okay.
So first one is this, and I'm going to make it into. Oh, it has advantage. Okay. And
Okay.
oh wait,
It
I
hits.
thought of something.
You always think of something.
Yeah.
You have
Well,
to
it's
think
too
of
late
it
now since
before
I
your
rolled the
turn.
attack.
Keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Second attack.
Second attack without the sneak attack. And
It doesn't
and
hit.
this one I'm gonna make it into a precision attack though.
Okay.
Roll 1d8 and hope that it works.
The precision attack adds to the attack number, right?
Yeah, to the like hit thing.
Okay. That will be enough to hit it. Yes. That gives you
Yay!
9 more points. And you can see the little status icon. It's bloodied, which means you just reached the 50% mark.
50? Wow, okay, this is gonna be a long night.
Ozzy, what do you do?
And I hide after my action.
Are you guys ready for this? This is gonna be fucking great.
Go. What do you do?
Well,
I'm gonna ask.
the good thing is, since I'm not inside, I know his plan is not to smash my head against the floorboards. So that's good.
I'm gonna ask the hut to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 17.
Okay. What's the thing?
Compelled duel.
Compelled duel? What the hell? You attempt to compel a creature into a duel. One creature that you can see within range must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to you. Compelled by your divine demand. The durations has different attack rolls against creatures other than you and must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from you. If it succeeds on this saving throw, it spell doesn't restrict.
So the idea is it can't attack me because I'm inside it, right?
No,
and
but
so
can you do it? Like, can you see
There's a
it?
creature. Anything. The definition of a creature in D&D is everything.
Yeah, but it says
Anything
that you can see within range. Can you see it? You're inside of it.
I'm
You can't see
inside it. Of course I can see it.
You see the hut. You don't see the trunk that is currently moving.
You said I'm on the edge of it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So did you just throw a gauntlet
Wisdom
on the
save.
ground of the hut and say, I challenge you to a duel?
I did.
Basically, yeah, sure. That sounds like something that you can do. All right. So I think it succeeded. It rolled a 4.
Yeah. Okay. So now it has to try to attack me. It can still. It can attack whoever it wants.
But it has
However,
disadvantage.
when it attacks anyone else, it's at disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm also inside the hut. That's just my bonus action. I'm going to use half of my movement to get up, and I'm going to use 2 attacks with my 2-handed sword, my great sword, on where the glowing thing would be.
Okay. Hits, and the first one is enough to even just smash those boards. And inside, you see a very familiar magical gem that is glowing bright and is encased in these roots within a. Let me just check. I believe it's like a rather large.
Just duel the hut.
Cavity in the stump.
I'm so happy right now. You have no idea.
Yeah. Okay.
And within
Sure.
the roots,
So
near
yeah,
the gem,
you do find the gem within that cavity. In
I'm
there.
assuming. So with my second attack, I'm assuming I can't split my action. So my second attack, I'm just going to try to cut some of the roots away.
Okay.
And then following turn, I'm going to pull.
Okay, go ahead. Cool. Yeah, definitely. It seems to be free now, just sitting there. You hear the groaning of the hut, but it still seems to be alive.
I haven't picked it up yet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's me.
Okay, Amnon, what do you do?
I mean, there's really nothing else I can do. It sounds like as he's doing something in there, but I probably don't know exactly what's going on. So I'm just going to keep
I
hitting
think he
the thing.
just went to do a victory lap around the house or something.
Nah, I'm just going to hit it in case it doesn't actually stop it from moving.
Okay, the first one does hit, and it does 6 damage to it. The second one just goes wide, unfortunately. But yeah, that's your turn. Iron, what do you want to do? Iron? Hello. Hi.
So I I would like to try to get in the hut one more time.
Okay. Getting in the hut. Acrobatics check to see if you're able to climb the roots and get all the way inside.
Oh, you said acrobatics? I did
Yeah,
the wrong thing. Hold on.
Acrobatics check.
It didn't matter. I'm really bad at it. Yes, it did.
You fall on your ass, unable to actually go all the way up those roots. As they are wiggling, they throw you off, and you can't get up there. You do still have your action though.
Oh, okay, good. Okay. Am I in range of Amnon?
You could be. I mean, you just tried to get up, you fell, you did like 10 feet of movement, you still have 20 feet if you want to move next to Amnon.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal.
Okay.
I guess it's gonna be healing word, so it's a bonus action.
Okay. Well, you could move next to him and do cure wounds if that's
I know, but he's not the only one I want to heal. Can I reach? So I just want to heal myself, Tahanu, and Amnon, because I don't heal anybody. Like the guardian, I don't heal him, right?
No, he auto heals. So a healing word is just one person, or is it mass healing word? I'm not.
Oh
exactly
no,
sure.
I follow what you're saying. I see. It's what I was thinking, but not what I clicked on. So yeah, I'll walk over to Amnon and give him a cure wound.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. You healed your friend Amnon, and you
20,
also
is it?
you
Yeah.
healed yourself of 4 as well.
Yeah.
And then the hut takes one of its giant roots, smashes through the ceiling of the constructed hut that is above it. I can see Ozzy laughing. And hits you like challenge accepted, dude. And hits you 3 times with its roots, trying to get to you from inside of it.
Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
23 to hit. 20
Shit,
to
yeah.
hit. And 13 to hit. So you
Wait,
escaped one. So the first root.
Okay, so then
just slams
the
you.
hut it collapses then because when the legs are coming up, it's gonna get all wibble wobbly and it's gonna like fall.
It has like a lot of roots, and it uses its roots to attack anyway, right?
Okay.
And there's a constructed hut on top of it, so it went for you.
All right, how much do I take?
The first hit was a 23, did 30 damage. The second one was a 20 to hit and did 42 damage. Your AC is 20, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so that one hit. And the third one was 13 to hit, so you
So total damage was how much?
and that was a 46, which you escaped. Total was 72 damage.
Brutal combo.
It's brutal. Like so far, I've been trying to do one attack per person just to not overwhelm, but you just challenge it, man.
Jesus.
Doesn't it hit itself though? With the one that misses, does it?
Yeah,
end up
does
hitting,
that do damage to
washing
itself?
in the head?
No, the HUD that is above is just constructed on top of it. Like it's the tree stump
Oh, I
itself.
thought the hut was part of it. I thought like the whole thing is like one giant construct.
Yeah, or would it just broke through the hut and just hit itself?
More or less, but I mean, it's the way I see it is that the tree trunk itself, with its roots, is the one that is animated as a construct, and there is a constructed hut on top of it, which is why things are bolted to it and things like that, and that's where the witch was living. And you can see from
Question.
the image, it's
Does-
like there's a hut on top
Does
of the
the
thing.
ruckus that these roots coming through the roof have done, did that dislodge the
Dislodge what?
gem that is now completely loose and just kind of sitting there?
No, it's still inside the
Yeah.
cavity. That would have been too good. But dude, if all three of them hit you, that would have been. Let me see.
I would have died.
It would.
I would have. Well, I've been on death state.
Yeah, it would have been 118 damage in just
Yeah,
one.
I would definitely be on death
Almost
state.
as much as
Yeah.
Tahanu did.
So how much did you? How much are you right now?
That thing's
at
almost
7.
as strong as Tahanu.
Let me.
I have 17 health left.
17.
I'm deadly like a tree.
It's not actually updating the token. Oh, because you reloaded the page probably. But yeah, 17. Damn. Okay. All right. And as a bonus,
Wait, it has a bonus action.
you're already prone, so no use. It's
gonna
still going
actions
to
to-
shake you and try to make you fall. But let's just say that you hold on to dear life while your blood is seeping through every pore in your body, crying as you're holding on for dear life. All right, Shield Guardian, your turn. What do you do? You get
He's
10
gonna
HP, and then
Yeah, he's gonna keep slamming it.
okay, slam. They both miss, unfortunately. The roots are moving too fast for it to be able to land a non-glancing punch. Esmeralda, what do you do?
She'll attack the roots.
Go for it.
I can just imagine this thing like reaching around and like poking itself in the head, trying to get to me.
The way I saw it in my mind was like it took one root and just like slammed on like the top of the hut out and just hit you at the same time.
It's like in Incredibles where Mr. Incredible climbs to that robot and just
Uh-huh.
like stabs itself
Yeah.
a bunch of times and kills itself.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that was kind of one of the things that what I had in mind.
Awesome. All right, so let's see. The second rapier does not hit, but you do hit it enough to deal 16 damage to it. It's still not looking hurt enough. I mean, you can see lots of slashes and damage to its roots, but it's still looking pretty solid, even though you know that you've bloodied it quite a bit. Water elemental.
He's gonna keep doing his thing.
All right, slam miss. The second slam just enters through one of the pores in between the like one of the slashes in the bark and just shatters it from within with the power of the water, dealing 14 damage. All right, Dehanu, what do you do?
I'm continuing my flanking.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, water elemental in that case would have been flanking, so you also get the 8 damage from that first hit.
Oh,
with
cool.
the advantage.
Perfect. So they
Yeah.
both hit. Awesome.
Go for your flanking, Mr. Tahanu.
All right.
Uh,
So first attack. So with advantage, bam. And then the second attack without sneak attack.
Okay, hit and hit. And you do 21 damage and then 15 damage. It's starting to lose some of its branches. Well, not really branches, but you get the idea. It's looking
I hide back into the
it's
water.
looking relatively hurt. All right, Ozzy, what do you do?
Ow! I'm gonna grab the gem and just pull it out of the pocket or whatever it is.
As you put your hand into the hole, you can see the jagged edges of the floorboards around the hole start to shift and move as the hole becomes a sort of mouth that tries to cut and eat your hand. Do a dexterity saving throw, please.
This hut is full of surprises.
Yeah.
Wait a second. If it's the hut that is doing that, wouldn't it be the tree that's doing that? The floorboards are. You said that the hut is separate from the creature.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude,
I guess it's the roots then. The roots are trying to chew you.
Hold on.
Like the roots from inside.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yes. Okay. Let me see.
You lose one hand.
Almost. You get. I'm gonna do this like that. As you are not fast enough to take your hand out of the thing, you take 11 damage as you see the hut, not the hut, but like the tree stump itself closes on your hand and tries to sever it. It deals damage to you, but you do have your hand on the gem, but it's currently encased in there. So you can see now that the floorboards are still broken. If you want to make it like better in your mind, the floorboards are still broken, but you can see like the top is like the stump, like the wood of the tree stump itself has reformed and blocked that area. Okay?
Okay. I'm gonna drop the compelled duel because it's concentration. I can drop it whenever I want.
Okay.
In its
I thought
place,
you were gonna drop a grenade in there.
in its place, I'm going to cast. Shield of Faith. It's a bonus action.
Okay. As a bonus action, you cast Shield of Fate. Please send it so I can read what it is. Sure and feel feature of yourself. Okay. Looks good. Amnon, what do you do?
I'm just gonna keep doing the thing.
Okay. Hit it. Damn, they both miss. As it's shaking and you cannot get a bead on it. Today, Amnon does not have good accuracy.
No,
So
my
good
rolls are
usually
bad.
at it. Yeah.
Yeah, my pets are doing well though.
Mm-hmm. All right, Iron.
Yazi.
If you can see Izzy, you can.
You can
I would
hear
say
his screams.
no. You can hear his screams
Can I
definitely.
climb up the shield guardian a little bit to see if I can see him?
Yes, you can do that. Okay. You do climb over the shield guardian. It helps you a little bit, and you are able to, without problems, get enough height to see inside and see Ozzy. One hand inside of the tree stump, and just bloodied. I think he dislodged like
He's
his
literally
nose
caught
and goes back.
red-handed.
I have 6 hit points.
I know.
6.
6. Oh shit! Right, I forgot you were
Oh,
solo.
you gotta be kidding me! What the heck?
What? Bug.
Not
Oh,
a
you
number?
did life transference. That's why. Oh.
What is non
shit.
plus 5?
Wow.
None means
I
not a
rolled-
number. It's because there's a bug there.
I rolled
That's because
3
it only
ones.
works on Batman.
Well, I heal you for 8.
8.
No, that thing.
Damn. Not 8. 8 plus 5.
Okay. 13.
13. So it's it's low, but damn. Such a bad roll. 1115. Okay. Wet man.
Every time Darcy needs to do a big heal, she
Happened
whiffs.
yesterday. Oh my god.
Just absolutely
I did
whiffs
a
every time.
master wounds, and it was same thing. So many ones. I was so sad.
Yeah.
I heal more with the level 2 cure wounds.
Then a level 5.
It's a really bad roll. 4d8 and you do 1115. It's sad.
I kind of wish I could bonus action heal also.
I know. Wait, you can. Can't
No,
you?
it's 2
touch.
spells. Oh, no. So healing
right.
word is range. It's just it's 2 spells. I would
Yeah,
have to do
right,
that.
right. You could only do a cantrip as a
I got
second.
it. I'm better with
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Now it's the Hut's turn. What's it gonna do? It's going
Hot's
to
turn. What's it gonna do when it comes for you?
It is going to. It's gonna go for Ozzy. Sorry, man.
Okay.
28 to hit. That's gonna be
Holy
33
crap.
damage. I'm pretty sure that drops you.
Wait,
Unfortunately.
if I do a sentinel attack,
It doesn't.
does
It's
it
not
happen
moving.
before?
You can do a sentinel attack, yeah. It won't prevent the hit, but you get a hit at the same time.
So how much damage?
33.
You're at 0 health.
He's not dead. He's just making death saves.
Oh no! Is he doing all 3 attacks on me, or is he just
No,
doing one?
just one. I'm not that bad. That's why I did one hit first to see what happens, and then it's gonna target Amnon as it sees you're not a threat anymore. 27 to hit. That's 19
Wait,
damage.
so
Yeah. Okay.
but I do my sentinel things before.
Yeah, well, at the same time or something, right?
Yeah,
But
okay.
doesn't Sentinel have to? It has to move, right?
No, Sentinel, if he attacks another creature, or if he moves.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh yeah, you dropped your
Um,
concentration.
Yep.
And then the third one is gonna go for Iron. I don't even see. Oh, there's Esmeralda. 18 to hit, which I think misses Iron, right?
It misses.
You're at 21 armor
21.
class. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the third root attack hits. Just hits the shield on Iron's hand. Pushes her back a little, but she doesn't get damage from it. And as a bonus, it's going to shake the limp body of Azzy around that is still holding on by by being
Does
inside
that do
of
damage?
No,
Because
it's
my
not
hand
gonna
is still
do
stuck
damage.
in it.
Yeah, it's still stuck. You're just flailing around. It's just for flavor. Shield. What do you do? Shield Guardian.
It's just gonna keep swinging away.
Okay. They both miss. Oh my god. It's +7, but you have such low rolls today, man.
Yeah, I'm rolling like poop.
Alright. Esmeralda, what do you do?
By the way, it took 30 damage from my sentinel attack. I don't know if you took note of that.
Oh, I didn't see your sentinel attack. It took 20.
It's surrounding the Constitution save.
So give 1 second. Would the sentinel attack be? It would
It's
be
just a
just
single
one.
attack.
Yeah, it wouldn't be 2. So it would just be the first one. 22 damage.
Oh,
Does it get sneak attack?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not.
Nice.
It's once per turn. Once per turn, not once per round. So if you use it as opportunity attack or something like that, it still works.
That's pretty sick.
Okay, so Esmeralda.
Is there a way she can do lightning bolt without hitting any of the party, but the tree?
Um,
Oh, the tree.
she could. Well, she could position herself in such a way. Yeah, I mean, the tree is pretty big.
Yeah, but she's mad at it.
What?
She's mad.
Yeah.
So can she do a lightning bolt?
Yeah, lightning bolt, sure.
Okay, it needs to make a deck save.
Oh, it needs to make a deck save. Okay, cool. Uh, deck save 8.
Yay!
29 damage, which is, believe it or not, just enough to hit it as it destroys. You know what? How do you want to do it?
I don't know. She's just so mad. She took Gazi down.
Okay. Let me improv then. Esmeralda says, "No, Ozzy, I love you!" And then, whoosh, this lightning bolt surges from her hands and just goes and destroys in one huge line a few of the roots, and the hut just topples to the ground. And from the force of that drop and the fact that it was already so damaged, the rotten wood just shatters into this huge pile of scorched, rotted wood.
Does that mean I fell
in,
10 feet?
No.
in different pieces? You fell with it. It toppled. You'll be fine.
I see what you did there, Azzy.
I rushed over to heal Ozzy.
And there he is, right there in the middle of this huge pile of debris of various things. You see Ozzy, still his hand holding on to this gem. His eyes
heal?
closed.
So,
Sure, go ahead, heal him.
25.
so while he's unconscious, I just go and grab the gem from his hand and say, "Oh, thanks for the help with the crowbar."
How rude.
Ah,
You're back alive.
back alive. He opens his eyes, sees the Hanu trying to steal the gem,
And I punch him in the face.
punch him in the face with
Like,
the
you know,
gem.
you like wake up and you're like, just like, "Ugh," and you see something you shouldn't see, you're just like, ah, and you just overreact.
Yeah. Yep, Tehanu escapes it. But alright, you got a beautiful gem in your hand, and you killed this
Totally worth it.
gigantic creeping hut.
I'm never compelled dueling a fucking building again.
That was epic, man. That was
So,
bad decision,
to be honest with
though.
you, my plan for it was more. I misunderstood. I thought the hut was part of the construct, so that like it couldn't attack itself because like the Incredibles movie, like that's what I figured. If it attacked itself, it would hurt itself. Number one, and number two, I just assumed it wouldn't be able to attack because the attacks would happen and it would just become really wobbly. But
Well, you
has
can
too
do
many
this,
legs.
right? You can hit your face. So
right, but like if your legs are like kicking yourself in the face and your hands are punching yourself in the face, you're gonna fall on your.
But
What is
oh,
your Chuck
wait.
Norris?
For next week, the water elemental's turn is next. And it is
Yeah.
not under
I'm
control
very mad
anymore.
at Azzy for whatever reason.
Yeah. So that means that Iron is going to do her healing next turn when it's her turn the next time. So I'll make a note of that. Unless you want to change what you want to do on your turn. But yeah. So yeah, next week, because we went a little over, but I was seriously thinking that you were going to be able to grab that gem and destroy it before you guys brought it to 0 HP, because it had too much HP. I thought you were.
I would have if you didn't try to bite my hand off.
Yeah, well, it's technically what I did. Technically, the DC was 20. it would have bitten you and you wouldn't have had the gem. But since you got 15, I was like, it's high enough. You grabbed the gem, but you got your hand bitten. So I was going to just do you a strength to save, strength check next time to be able to pull it out.
So literally the DC to grab the gem is 20.
Yeah.
That's really high.
Well, that's like trying to take someone's heart out. It's going to try and protect it, especially
Have
if,
you ever seen Scorpion from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah. Uh,
But
yeah,
but
it was a
you
really
were
high
not using
DC.
the hook. Iron was using the chain hook.
Actually, I shouted, "Get over here!" and then it did, and I died.
Basically, you're like, I challenge you to the duel, and it's like, challenge accepted. Boom, boom, and you drop. Ah, but damn, it's plus 12 to hit for a range of 60 feet. That's why I had like such a huge map here, even though it's all white around. But it was in case you guys try to get away from its range, 60 feet. And after the 60 feet, it can actually throw boulders at you up to the range of 120 feet.
He could have thrown the hat at you.
But you guys got a lot of good rolls. From it, in the sense that it was doing around 20 damage on average when it should be around 30 damage until Ozzy's turn where it got like 33 and then 42, something like that.
I
Yeah.
soaked all the damage.
Yeah, and Amnon,
I was hoping honestly that it would continue trying to. I was hoping that it wouldn't actually understand the fact that I compelled it to a duel, and it would keep, because it's a tree. Like, it doesn't know anything about dueling, but I was hoping that honestly it would just get disadvantaged when attacking my friends. Because what does a tree know about dueling? Like,
well,
Apparently a lot.
the way I
yeah,
saw
apparently
it,
it knows how to win them.
yeah, the way I saw it was more like, I mean, it does have a -4 on wisdom. That's why it failed its wisdom save. But the way I saw it was you basically taunt it and force it to attack you, and it wasn't smart enough to know not to do that.
No,
That's why it failed its save, and so it was compelled magically into dueling you, into concentrating on you, basically. So, and the duel, like the spell, would be cancelled if it attacked someone else anyway, right?
I should have
Yeah.
had to roll a Constitution saving throw to see if I even held it after the first hit.
That's a good point.
I thought of it myself just now. I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna say anything about it. But technically, once it hit me the first time, it would have triggered a Constitution saving throw. It may have just dropped.
Yeah, because
and then
of concentration.
Gone back to whatever.
It would have still decided to do all 3 attacks against you at that time, even if it dropped. And the next turn, I didn't even think that you were still that it was still compelled. I was just like, you're trying to rip my heart out. That's why I'm going to go after you.
No, that's fine.
But
anyways, my computer is dying to restart. Good game, guys. I gotta run.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
All
fun.
right. Good night.
See you guys.
It went better than expected.
Yeah. It was fun and quite difficult. I mean, Baba Lysaga, you guys destroyed her so fast.
That was my plan.
Yeah, she got wrecked.
But she
That was my plan.
Like, she had such high level spells, and the whole battle was supposed to be just how difficult it is to battle Baba Lysaga with her long range, being unable to touch her because she's in the air, and you know, uh, having some really high level spells to hit you with. The cloud kill, you counterspelled, like Amnon counterspelled, so that
Yeah, it was close.
canceled it at least.
What
she had other
what
things up her
would that
sleeve.
have done to us?
What?
What would Cloud Kill have done to us? Killed us all?
No, I think it's like let me check. 4d6 or something damage when you start your turn while you are inside of that cloud. Let me see.
Yeah.
Where is Mrs. Lysaga? Baba Lysaga. What a stupid name.
How much, like, I thought we dealt an insane amount of damage to her
You did.
in like one run.
You did. I actually, I what? Lysaga. I actually gave her more HP than written in the book because you were supposed to do this before Argynvost, technically. And this is a
Ah.
place where most TPKs happen because you're supposed to go there early, and you saw the creeping hut is so bad, especially with Babalusaga. But the hut is not supposed to come into play until Babalusaga is badly hurt, which in your case was immediately. But she had
I was actually wondering, like, I thought we were just lucky that we could kill Babaliza before the hut would start attacking. I thought, like, wow, those two were supposed to be at the same time. That was crazy.
so technically while you were getting close, the scarecrows that were there were supposed to be the early warning system. She would know that you are there. She would be flying before you reach her hut, and then she would attack you on sight. But as I was scrambling last week to figure out the whole thing, I made her be, you know, not attack you on sight, but only when you piss her off. And that gave you the opportunity to actually do the super surprise attack. um, she was lucky enough that you guys got thrown away, so she was able to escape. But you were blocking the way from the door, so she could have been stuck inside, and you would have just cornered her and killed her really fast. But I did double her HP from 120 to 245. That's why she lasted so long.
Pretty sure that blocking the door would prevent a spellcaster from escaping.
Uh,
Like,
yeah, she could have done. She doesn't have actually Thunderbolt or whatever it's called that pushes everyone away. Oh, actually, she could have. Oh, I didn't think of that. She could have Misty stepped. That's true. She could have Misty stepped into the skull and then moved away. That was something she could have done.
Okay, I'm taking off. Have a good night, guys.
All right, good night.
See ya.
I'm gonna stop my stream also. For those watching, thank you for watching, and see you next week.